Hello and welcome to Elite Digital Space. I'm Sue Parker and today I am very excited to be bringing to you an exclusive interview with Liz Mearns, who is an incredible TEDx speaker, a career coach helping female leaders in the corporate sector to build a career and a life that they love. And today she's going to talk to us all about breaking away from feeling trapped, stuck, imposter syndrome, and developing that growth mindset. So I am so excited to have you here today, Liz. Thank you for being with us.
Yay, thank you for having me. I am delighted to be here. This is totally my thing. I love working with all my female clients and women in tech, and understand completely the struggle of imposter syndrome and feeling trapped. So hoping to share lots of gems with you today and really help you to move forwards.
What if you feel that you're stuck because of all these other influences that you can't affect? You can't do anything. Things that are happening to you, like now, things are happening to us. Some of us are at risk of redundancy. Some of us, we don't know what we're going back to. Maybe we're working remotely and we're really struggling at the moment. And how do we sort of take back control, if you like?
I'm going to talk with you about circle of control, which is a great model. So I'll share that in a minute. But essentially it's what we're tapping into is worrying. It's what we worry about, and again, it's that feeling of how do I control all this stuff? And at the moment, in the middle of this huge global change, there is a lot of things, a lot of variables, and a lot of uncertainty. And for many of us, that feeling of uncertainty, that loss of control, can lead, and I'm pressing my chest here, it can lead to that real tight feeling of anxiety. I can't breathe, overwhelm, whilst you're also trying to juggle the kids, the homeschool role. You've got a partner and multiple kids at home, and you're trying to juggle all those things. Okay, so this is the circle of control that I was just referencing. If anybody's familiar with Stephen Covey's work, this is out of his 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And what it talks about is, you will have heard about, at work and in business, about being proactive. We talk a lot, don't we, about being proactive. And this talks about the impact really of a proactive focus versus a reactive focus, and how positive energy will enlarge the circle of influence. And actually, if we are looking from a place of negative energy, it reduces our circle of influence. So the 2 circles that the model is based on, the first circle is the circle of concern, and this includes a whole range of things, and you'll relate to this particularly at this point in time. So, high scale, we've got a global pandemic going on at the moment. There are some green shoots starting to pop through, but people are wondering, how long will this last? Worrying about loved ones, worrying about the media news that's coming through, which is concerning. How long is this going to go on? We've got other things that are bigger out there in the media that have been taking prevalence as well. Things like the climate crisis. Many of us are concerned about leadership within the world. We look at our leadership, America's leadership, and we wonder sort of, what's going to happen, what's going to play out here, how will the economy hold up? Many of my clients are worrying about global recessions and how that will impact. So there's all of that going on, and then there's kind of more localized worries that you touched on before, Sue. So there's like your organization, the business that you're part of. Maybe you're looking for change within that organization, or maybe you're looking to do something else, but you're fearful about that because all of this change is happening. Maybe you're concerned about the things that your colleagues are doing. And maybe, lots of people are concerned about the attitude of society. People aren't social distancing. We go out for a walk, or you're in the supermarket, and some people aren't doing what they should be doing. And that's stressful for people, because it rubs up against your values. If you've got a value of, love and respect and doing what you're told, again, going back to some of that conditioning, and other people aren't, that can make you feel concerned. So, there may be little that you can do about many of these things. There probably is little that you can do about them. And really, when you're in that kind of reactive focus, so that's on the right hand side here, your circle of influence shrinks. because you're spending so much time looking outwards at all of these things that you can't influence. You can't influence whether you're going to have a job in the future. You can't influence what's going to happen with the business. You know, it's all out of your control. That's where the anxiety comes. So what what Stephen Covey talks about through this, and what I'm urging you to do, is to go into your circle of influence. And your circle of influence is having the energy to focus on the things that you can control. That's all of the things, that all of your thoughts, your feelings, all of the things that you've got direct control over. So you can think about how well you feel. You can think about how tired you might feel, or how snappy you might feel, or how stressed you might feel one day, and do something about that. So you can start to incorporate maybe some meditation or some yoga, or makes me laugh, this one, but go and take 5 minutes, even go and sit in the car or go in the garden to just get some space so you can think clearly and start to do the what I call the inner work to make yourself feel better. And as you do this inner work, and as you feel stronger both mentally and physically, then your circle of influence grows. Does that make sense, Sue?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's really difficult, to try and zone out of all the external factors that are big things happening. Like you said, the worry about the economy, and will my business even survive? And then even if I don't want to go back to where I am and I want to do something different, is there even the economic possibility of doing it? But I guess what you're saying is just, you can't worry about those things because you can't control them. But what you can control is the way you're reacting and your feelings that you're having.
Yes.
For me, it would be a case of, at lunchtime, I would just take myself out into there's like a woodland area near my office, and I'd zone out, and I wouldn't be on Facebook or emails or anything like that. If I took myself out for that woodland walk, I know I'd come back and my shoulders will have settled and the tension at the back of my neck, and I would just feel, no, I can deal with this. I can deal with anything. But if I miss that out in a day, or throughout a week when it's really busy time, and I could just feel it penting up again, and like you say, this negative sort of energy.
You've got to find what works for you, and you've literally got to be as geeky as putting the time in your diary, getting your phone out and blocking out the time and thinking, right, I'm going to commit to doing something at 7 a.m. and something at 6 p.m. So something to kind of switch off the end of the day, or I'm going to have a walk every lunch hour, even if it's a 15-minute walk, without the phone, without the social media. Take the news app off your phone. Stop watching the news. Whatever it is that stops feeding in this anxiousness, this outward stuff that you can't control, and fill up and expand the inner stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's been absolutely fantastic today talking to you, Liz. And if any of you have any comments, key takeaways, share your value. So what were your key takeaways that you got from this that you're going to start to implement today? And really
Take care, lovely.
Take care.
See you later. Bye. Bye.